Hello friends, welcome our another new video. At a railway station in a bustling city, a beggar lived by seeking alms from passengers traveling on the trains that stopped there. One day, while begging, he noticed a tall, well-dressed man. The beggar thought, "This man looks wealthy. If I ask him for alms, he will surely give me a good amount." Encouraged by this thought, he approached the man and started begging. The tall man looked at him and asked, "You always ask from others, but have you ever given anything to anyone?" Surprised, the beggar replied, "Sir, I am just a beggar. I always ask because I have nothing to give. How can I offer anything to anyone?" The tall man smiled and said, "If you have nothing to give, then you have no right to ask. I am a businessman, and I believe in the principle of give and take. If you have something to offer me, only then will I give you something in return." Saying this, he boarded the train and left. The beggar sat there, deeply pondering the man's words. They resonated with him. He thought, "Maybe I don't receive much because I never give anything in return. But what can I, a mere beggar, possibly offer to others?" He wrestled with this question for 2 days, unable to find an answer. On the third day, as he sat near the station, he noticed some flowers blooming on the plants nearby. An idea struck him. Why not give flowers in return for alms? Excited by this thought, he picked a few flowers and when begging on the train that day, handed a flower to everyone who gave him money. People appreciated this small but thoughtful gesture and happily accepted the flowers. From that day onward, the beggar made it a habit to pluck fresh flowers every morning and give them to those who gave him alms. He soon realized that more people started giving him money. However, on the days when he ran out of flowers, he received fewer alms. This made him understand the value of exchange. One day, while begging on the train, he saw the same tall man who had once challenged his mindset. Excited, the beggar approached him and said, "Today, I have something to offer you. Please give me alms, and in return, I will give you some flowers." The man smiled, gave him some money, and accepted the flowers. "Wonderful," he said. "You've become a businessman like me." His words struck a deeper chord this time. The beggar realized that the power to change his life was in his hands. He stepped off the train, looked up at the sky, and declared, "I am not a beggar anymore. I am a businessman. I can become rich." Though people around him thought he had gone mad, he was determined. 6 months later, at the same station, 2 well-dressed men were traveling together. One of them recognized the other and extended his hand for a handshake. "Do you recognize me?" he asked. The second man looked at him closely but shook his head. "No, I don't think we've met before." The first man smiled and said, "Oh, but we have met. Twice. Don't you remember the beggar you once spoke to?" Surprised, the second man exclaimed, "Oh yes. You were the beggar I once refused to give money to, and the second time I bought flowers from you. But today you're dressed so well. What do you do now?" The first man responded with pride, "Yes, I was that beggar, but today I am a successful flower merchant. I'm on my way to another city for business. You taught me a valuable life lesson. We only receive when we give. That rule changed my life. I realized that I was never truly a beggar. I was always a businessman, but I just hadn't recognized it. People didn't give me alms. They were paying for the flowers I gave them. I used that money to buy more flowers, and eventually, I built a thriving business. Today, I run a large flower enterprise, all thanks to the wisdom you shared with me." Both men smiled and continued their journey. This story teaches us a profound lesson about the power of self-perception and the universal law of giving and receiving. Often, we limit ourselves by believing we are incapable or unworthy of success, just as the beggar initially did. However, true transformation begins with a shift in mindset. When we focus not just on taking, but also on giving, whether through kindness, effort, or value, we open doors to opportunities and growth. The rule of give and take is not merely a business principle. It is a life philosophy that fosters mutual benefit and prosperity. Moreover, Success is deeply tied to how we view ourselves. If we see ourselves as small or insignificant, others will too. But when we believe in our potential and take steps to act on it, the world responds in kind. The beggar's journey from poverty to prosperity reminds us that no dream is too big and no situation too hopeless if we dare to think differently, act boldly, and believe in our ability to rise above our circumstances. Thank you everyone for enjoying this video. Please friends subscribe our channel and like these videos.